Welcome back, guys, to the channel, and it looks like I'm going to have to be defending Nuketown once again. Um, Paradox Junction just came out yesterday, and I also want to apologize just real quick that I didn't get a video out of my impressions of the map or any guide or anything like that. It just lined up really badly with my schedule. I've just been working like crazy, but now thankfully I have the next days a few days off, so I'll be making some videos on this map. And honestly, I'm just going to talk about what I like, what I don't like. It's just going to be sort of my first impressions review, like my first attempt at the Easter egg. And I'll probably have another video that's more in depth later. But honestly, I like this map. I've been seeing a lot of reviews. I've been watching all these other zombie YouTubers reviews, and they're saying they hate it. It's just a Nuketown, remake. They're saying the Blundergat's not even that good. The Easter egg's tedious. The boss isn't great. I've heard so many negative things. I've heard some positive as well. But honestly, for me, I really like the first positive for me. I really like the play space of Nuketown. It does not. It's a small map, but it doesn't feel super crowded anymore. It feels very open. And I know, one criticism I've heard before is like all the modern zombie maps are open. But I think for Nuketown, it works. I think it works really well. And I like the flow of the map. I especially like how when you fight the boss, it uses the entire map as the boss fight. I really like that. It feels like you're traveling throughout the map and actually going and doing stuff, even though the map is small. I I like that aspect. Another thing I like is I really like the Sundergat. It's not the most OP Blundergat, not by far. Probably the Magmagat, because that's basically just like a monkey bomb that instantly kills zombies, and then the Acid Gat is great too. It's like a lesser version of that. But the Sundergat is, of course, I love the aesthetic of it. It's like a ghostly gat. When you shoot it, all the souls out of the zombies just evaporate into the air. I think it's a really cool, it has really cool aesthetic to it. And I think it might even be, take a bit of skill to use as well. You have to charge it at the right time and then release it. I believe you have to release it right as it's flashing, and then you get, the most damage out of it. I'm not exactly sure, but that's what it sounds like on the blog post anyways. So it's just a lot of fun, and I think it's good enough. I think it's B tier. It's not like the most OP wonder weapon or anything, you know? But it kills like maybe half a horde, and it seems reliable. Like it's good. It kills, and it's really satisfying to shoot. I honestly love it. And the Blurred my favorite wonder weapon of all time, so of course I love this gun. It just looks badass, and I think the quest to get it is also fun too. I really like it. And going on to the next thing, I really like is I like the portal mechanic. I thought it'd be more gimmicky than it really turned out to be, at least for me. Going back in time to the old Nuketown where everything is restored, even though it's uglier. I honestly like that. I like how when you're building the Blundergat, you have to blow up these walls, and you hear this humming noise, and then you go back to the destroyed Nuketown, and then there's the parts in there. I like all that. I like pouring the acid on the mannequins' heads, and then you go into the future and it's destroyed, and you grab the piece for the Blundergat. I like that aspect. It's fun and it makes it feel different. I think this map is honestly pretty. I think that's a really unique mechanic. No other map has that. So just for that alone, I'd come back and play this map. I will say though, going on to some of the negatives, I like this map. I I don't think I don't really think it deserves all the hate. I get where the hate is coming from. Reused assets. It's a very small map. There's nothing really new, and I agree. There's no new gobblegums. There's no new, score streak or anything. But that's more so the season itself. I will say no new perk is really disappointing. They could have done something. I don't know, some sort of nuke perk. I don't know what that would be, but that would have been interesting, like a nuke theme perk. That'd be cool. I will say said that I love the time traveling mechanic, and I think it could even be expanded upon in maybe a later map. I I usually don't like portals in zombies maps whatsoever. I think it's cheap. You sit through a loading screen, it's boring. But in this, you don't sit through a loading screen. It's seamless and it feels really nice. It's surprisingly, I don't know. It tickles my brain, I guess. I guess I'm easy to please. I'm not sure. But I will say the one stupid thing about it is that you have to pay 1,500 points to use it every time. It's no big deal, honestly. Like later in the rounds, you get so many points. But I I don't know. Like that's too many points just in general. It's stupid because you're gonna be using the teleporting between timelines over and over again throughout the Easter egg. So they need to lower that to like 750 or like 500. Like it does not, or maybe even free. It doesn't even need to be. I don't know why it costs money. But anyways, that's kind of like a minor thing. It honestly did not matter throughout. Okay, that's kind of a lie. It mattered a little bit. Like when I ran out of points, I had to skip around, so it almost feels like it's time gating the Easter egg. But honestly, the Easter egg is already super long. Okay, I only did it once, but I feel like this Easter egg it's too long. Um, this feels like an Origins. I don't know if it's this. It's probably not this big, but it feels like an Origins level collectathon map. Like there are so many things you need to collect, and so many like I don't know, so many things you have to remember. And then like the piano step, there's these blinking lights. Like there's like 8 blinking lights you have to go and find, and depending on the blinks, you have to find. It's so ridiculous. You have to find like the one that blinks once, and then you have to click that one, and then in order. So this one blinks once, the next one blinks twice. You know, the other one's 3 times, etc. But you have to go around and look for them throughout the entire map, and you have to wait for them to blink. And honestly, it's kind of tedious, and I kept forgetting where it was. Maybe it's a me problem, and I was also tired. But like when you have a zombie that keeps smacking your ass and you're trying to look for it, it's annoying. Like it's a cool concept, and then you have to play the piano, and it's like a cool tune. But it's honestly a little annoying. And I will say this, Easter egg is a bit tedious. It's too long. I think it's a little too long, especially for this map. But to counteract that, another positive I will say is that there are these little mini games you have to do with the ghostly twins. Like there's one where you have to do was it hopscotch, and I think that's fun, and that breaks it up a bit from the typical run and gun of this game. It's nice breaking up and doing these little mini games. It's fun. There's one where there's this bouncing ball and this ring you have to stay in, and you have to shoot zombies that are bouncing into the air. And there's another one where you have to bounce the ball in between 4 squares. Keep bouncing those back and forth on a time limit. And it's just silly, fun stuff like that. Fun little mini games. I like that. So I think that's a good positive aspect of the Easter egg. So I'm honestly just like mixed between the Easter egg. Like I'm half and half. I'm gonna do it again, and I'm gonna get better at it. But honestly, I feel like there's just too much. Like I was pausing my game so much, just looking at guides. I was lost for most of the time. I think it took me like 3 hours, and also I enjoyed the boss, but I was at round 40, and at that point, okay, this is another negative coming in. The plague hounds, I think there's a negative and a positive to this. The positive is that I think they're a lot harder when it's just their round. They're a lot harder than the ones in Cold War, which I appreciate. I like these more than the Cold War ones because they're actually challenging. But during the boss fight, they're annoying as hell. They're up on your ass the entire time. Like that was the real boss fight of the boss fight. The plague hounds, they were on your ass the entire time. Like I would kill a whole swarm of them, and then instantaneously there was more, like 5 more of them, and I swear to God, they outrun you. Like, it is annoying. And then going on to another elite enemy, the shock mimics. Why did they bring the shock mimics back? The shock mimics are trash. They are one of the worst mini boss zombies ever. They pull you in, they completely animation lock you. You could be running and you're about to do something, click something, I don't know, reload your gun, and then they pull you into the horde out of nowhere from behind, and then they shock you so you can't sprint, you can't do jack shit. You can't shoot, you can't do anything for like a few seconds. And those few seconds could instantly kill you if a horde is just right on. If you're right in a horde, you're screwed. And yeah, so this map is, overall mixed. It's overall mixed, but I'd say I enjoy it than more than I, more than I don't. I'm excited to play this. I don't know if it's just because it's a new map, maybe, but I like this a lot more than the tomb. I think this Easter egg is a lot better. The tomb's Easter egg is just boring. You do the same thing over and over and over again in the tomb. It's literally the same step, but like 4 or 5 times. And then you fight this boss that is honestly just unfair and not even that fun to fight. And you're in a tiny arena. The tomb's Easter egg is just, it's boring. And kind of lazy. But this one felt a little more creative. You could tell that they put time into it. And also the story with the twins. I don't know the whole thing. I wasn't paying attention to all the radios you find. But it seems like the twins and the warden, it seems like they have a interesting story in this map. And the last thing I want to talk about is the cutscene. I did die at the end of fighting this boss. I didn't even beat the boss, but I got the last phase of the boss where you have to pull in the flaming zombies and get them to the areas on the map and protect them from other zombies. I will say that step is so stupid. I hate it's so annoying. Like, I think that's poorly designed. You're gonna have like a horde of zombies almost at all times, and if that zombie is next to the other zombies, it dies super fast, and you have to escort it. It's like, what? I don't get that part. But going on to the cutscene, so I watched the cutscene, and I think it's disappointing. I guess it's confirmed we're getting 5 DLC maps. So this is the filler map, and Treyarch has also confirmed that, and this got me really excited. The next 3 maps are going to be whole new areas, whole new maps, new wonder weapons, new boss zombies. So I'm super excited now. I'm not really that worried. It could be like it could mean that it's actually not entirely new maps, and they're just saying that, like, they could be calling this map a new map because it's a new layout of Nuketown. You know what I mean? But yeah, hopefully it's all new maps, so that's cool. But this cutscene is honestly pretty disappointing. It's just the twins saying like, "Oh, thank you for helping us," and then they teleport to the house, and that's what happened in the first. That's what happened in the Ashes of the Damned Easter egg. They just teleport to the house, and then it was over. And that's this cutscene. Like, I know they mentioned like a cold place, like the next map. They kind of hint towards it being a cold place, I guess. But this ending didn't reveal anything. Nothing whatsoever. Like, the story feels like it's the same just based on the ending. I just said I didn't listen to all the radios or whatever. But yeah, so disappointing cutscene. And also we didn't get minor gripe, but we didn't even get to I can't even speak. We didn't even get to fight the nuke in the background, which is kind of stupid. So it's just there's a face on the nuke just because. Okay, that would have been cool to fight, but whatever. This map, I like it. In my personal opinion, I like it. I've always liked the Nuketown Zombies maps. I think this is the best one, with the best wonder weapon for the Nuketown Zombies map. And just some, the shock mimic. Some of the steps are like half the steps are tedious. And yeah, especially the fire zombie step. It's just stupid. But overall, I like it. But I get why a lot of people don't. So that's my first impressions video. I'm gonna go and play more. I'm gonna work on a Easter egg guide for this, and I'm gonna try and make a concise guide. And yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna play more and make more videos because I think it's fun. So hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think of Nuketown 3. And yeah, did you like the boss fight? Did you think the Easter egg steps were annoying? Let me know down below if you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to subscribe, and good night.